when you started working with MYM, what results did you want to achieve?
I think right from the very beginning when I started with MYM, I actually saw you, Dean, on the internet, and the thing that really touched me was that you were talking about your mother and her menopause, and that was one of the things that was really giving me quite a lot of grief. And so I think the first thing that I thought was, wow, I'm either on drugs or I'm on patches or I'm on this or that, so that was driving me absolutely insane because I really hated the drugs. I was on painkillers. I was just heaps of medication. And I think one of the things that I thought that if I could start to control this myself, hopefully I'd be able to get off the medication. That was the main thing for me. Anything else that came along with that was a bonus, because I was on some pretty heavy drugs, for pain management as well as the menopause stuff. So that was my main aim, was to see if I could get off all the medication.
Awesome. Love that one. All right. Question number 2 is, how did you feel before you started the program?
Before I started the program, I was so flat. I was really flat. I couldn't understand that every time I went to either the GP or the pain clinic, they would add medication, as opposed to, I'm the one who was saying to them, please stop. Please, I've had enough. Can't we work something else out? I don't understand why every time I come to you, you don't look at how we can head things off before they happen. They always want to just medicate. And so that was a great frustration, I think, to me. So I think that I'd lost control. I really had lost control over what was going on with my body in every respect. Didn't matter whether it was eating or drinking shit. I was just eating out of frustration, I think, and drinking alcohol on medication because, hey, self-medicating's okay, isn't it? Maybe not, but that was how I felt. This was a state hockey player. I was playing state hockey not that long ago, and then all of a sudden, things just fell apart. So I really knew that I had to do something. And your program popped up, and I thought, going to give that a go.
Awesome, love that one. Number 3 is, before starting the program, how much did you weigh?
Wow, probably the heaviest that I'd ever been. I was around about 72, 73 kilos. And for a 5'2" and 3/4, almost 5'3", I'm sure one day I'll be 5'3", unless I start going back the other way, and then I'll get down sort of around the 4 foot mark, which worries me a little bit. But I think before I joined, I was probably around about 72, 73 kilo.
Awesome. Okay. And what have you achieved in the program?
In the MYM program, I achieved a lot, an incredible amount. I think the first thing that I noticed was, because the course went for 5 months, it was long enough to actually build habits. And that was something that I'd lost control of, was I had habits and they were all bad and they were running on desperation. I just didn't have a plan. And so now, I think after actually being in the group, I now have healthy habits. I drink water. I eat bucket loads of vegetables. Oh, how bizarre. This was from a person who was living for 25 years in the country. We grew our own sheep and cows in the paddock, and so whenever we had a meal, it was like I was married to a meatitarian, and that's all he ate. And he just didn't want any greenery or anything like that to get in the way of the meat. And so I think one of the main things that I achieved was control. All right, it was gaining control of some really important areas of my life. I think I was given a bit of a strength that it was okay to do it alone. So I moved way away from the doctors. One of the things that I've stopped, all right, I've stopped all of my menopause medication, the whole lot. That's gone. I kind of thought, well, if this is the best that I can be without medication, then it's only going to get better, because I certainly haven't reached where I would like to be, but I've reached better than I expected. So I'm in a really good place. So I've stopped all of the menopausal stuff. I've stopped pretty much all of the pain medication. And we're talking like scary morphine, oxycodone, nasty drugs. I stopped them. I full on stopped them. My GP was so proud of me, and I thought, wow, at least I managed to do it carefully over 5 months, and it's all gone. The best I take now is maybe Panadol. I reckon that's pretty darn good. So they're amazing. They're amazing things. I can now go somewhere, and if I eat badly, I don't destroy the rest of everything. Before I would I'd have a chocolate, one chocolate, and I would say to myself, well, that's it. You've done it now. It's all up shit creek, and there's no going back. You might as well just eat the whole packet. Well, I don't do that anymore. I actually sit down. I've eaten that one piece of chocolate. I go, wow, shit, that was really good. Maybe I'll have another piece next week. And that's how I work, and so it's working really well. And the concept of having that one meal where you can go out to the hotel and you can organise, or not at the moment, obviously, with COVID-19, but, you can order something that you would usually have. And, hey, I would have my schnitzel. And then I got to the point where I was eating maybe not a schnitzel. I was looking around for different options that actually came with vegetables. Then I worked out, hey, I can have the meat, and I can now ask, thank you very much, Anna, I can ask for the salad dressing on the side. So I became a much more confident person when I went out and I chose what it is that I wanted to eat. And that's actually something, after 5 months, that has stayed with me. And I'm absolutely stoked with that. I really am. So that's, whoa. And there you go. Lots of things. Lots of
Love
things.
it. Okay, so what have you achieved? 2 more. How has the MYM Club changed your life?
Oh, my goodness me. Astronomically. I have a partner who is happy to eat what I eat. I've never had that before. Never. And so I'll cook up good old, and I love chicken breast, plain chicken breast, and we put different herbs on it, or we put different spices on it, and we cook it, and we have masses of vegetables, heaps of vegetables, and a little potato. And you know what? I love it. I love it still. And I've been doing that for 5 months. And so here I am with a partner who's going, yeah, that'll be awesome. And so we've got our little, well, when things have gone a little bit up the creek, I think, with the COVID-19 and working at home, that's a bit bizarre. And having my daughter and her partner move in as well, because they came from other states, and they eat a lot. But yeah, I think I've got a partner now who drinks more water, who eats healthily with me. We now have nuts and seeds and lots of fruit. So we'll go out and we'll go shopping, and we'll get heaps of food, and it's all healthy, Dean. It's all healthy. So thank you. Thank you.
If there was one takeaway you got from the program, what would it be?
Oh, that's a hard one, actually, because in my mind, there's so many things that I want to take away or I want to tell people about, because there were so many areas of my life that have actually changed. Probably an incredibly important thing is that I would like to remind people that as a woman, it's okay to put yourself first. Now that's something that I've never had, never. And now all of a sudden I am in a situation where I can make decisions for myself. I can choose to eat healthily, and I have a partner who just toddles along with me. It's absolutely amazing. And so that would probably right next door to the one where you'd say, if you stuff up, if you eat the wrong thing, you know what? It really is okay, because you can just jump in, and that one thing is not going to destroy everything that you put in for the week. It's just not going to. So then you just jump back on to the same thing that you were doing, the next day. And I think in every respect after this course, my life is better in every respect. I'd have to say that.
Awesome. Thank you. And that completes all of the questions.